But if you are somebody who constantly questions and raises self-doubts, then I think one of the things which I really liked about you is the way you connect.
Hi, sir. Yes.
Hello, Vishnu. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Yes, sir. So, how's your day so far? I
Oh,
think it's almost the end of the day.
yeah. So I had started from 8:30 in the morning, I believe, today,
Oh my God.
and that's how it has been. So it's been a session always back to back. I have.
So, you do take like every day in a week for morning to.
Almost. I mean, between my private clients and what I do on Clapingo, yes, every day. Right.
So you have like a tight, hectic schedule, like that.
Yes. Very tight, in fact. So I'm always up to the neck, actually.
But I think I have seen on your profile that you quit your job and like a decade ago you started this one, this teaching, this training. So I think you really love this one. So it's not matter how hard you work, because you really do love that. That's really interesting.
Yep, you're correct. That's how it has been. So how about you, Vishnu? And I mean, if you can quickly tell me something about yourself, your
Yeah,
interest.
yes. Yeah, okay. So my name is Vishnu Gobi and I'm from the state Kerala. And I graduated as in finance and I finished like another professional degree in finance. Like 1 year ago, I have decided that I want to become an English trainer. So I just started my journey as an English trainer. So I'm just, I need to work a lot on my communication. Like I'm fluent, but being fluent and being good at communication, something so different. Yeah, so I really need to work on that. Yeah.
Could you come again? The last bit which you said that being fluent and
Being fluent and being good at communication, so different.
is it so? I never knew this.
Because actually the thing for me, uh, I know that I'm fluent, but when I talk to someone, I really literally lose my confidence, and it lacks my confidence in my communication. So it's like that. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's more of a psychological barrier.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't. I think it doesn't about the language. It's about my personality. Maybe the way I deal the circumstance.
Brother, you meant it isn't about the language, right?
Yeah, maybe I think so far I think it may not about the language. It's more about my confidence, my personality. Like that. I need to develop myself. Yeah.
I mean, talking to you talking to you gives me that kind of an indication that you speak reasonably well. Uh, Only thing is that sometimes we really need to be kind to ourselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are too harsh. That's what I feel. I That's a humble suggestion from my.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think maybe that's the thing. I sometimes don't believe myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
but
thing.
what is more important at this stage of life is when people talk. I meet almost 25 to 30 learners every day on this platform,
Mm-hmm.
and the common phenomena being everybody wants to become fluent, but
Yeah.
what they lack in their understanding is that communication is getting across the table.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody could be slightly moderately paced with his or her tone.
Yeah.
So it is not about the richness of the language always. That's as per my opinion, of course.
Yes. Yes.
How well you get across the table, whether you are heard, whether you are understood, that's more important. So,
Yeah.
so long I am able to understand you, Vishnu,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're doing a decent job. But
Yes.
but if you are somebody who constantly questions and raises self doubts, then that may impact your overall persona.
Yeah. It's like a self-sabotaging. We say like that, self-sabotage, like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Self sabotage will be a very harsh term. Yes, but yes, you are correct. Over a period of time, yes,
Yeah.
it will lead to self sabotage only. And that's
Mhm.
what happens most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that should be the reason with me. Yeah. Within, yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
You say that you are an English trainer.
Yeah. Actually, I just it's like a really in the beginning. I don't really have much experience. Like now I'm in a position like you were like in 10 years ago, maybe like that. I don't know. Somehow it's like this. So I feel like a really, really, yeah, now I have one student. So every day I feel that I'm not good enough to teach that person. That the thing holding me back a lot. Yeah.
Okay. But so at what levels do you teach actually?
It is a really beginner, really, really beginner from the basics.
So how do you approach the beginners? So
Yeah,
is it always a translation between switching between Malayalam to English, English to Malayalam, Malayalam to English?
yeah, I think for 1 month period, I just have got only that thing to do. And after 1 month, not after 1 month, the same time I do take like a classes through Malayalam, and the same day I talk about one topic, to ask them some interesting questions like that.
How many students are you teaching at this moment?
Sorry?
How many learners are you addressing at this moment?
It's only one student. Yeah, only
So
one student.
and have you just recently started teaching?
Yeah, yes, yes. Actually, I started like a YouTube, Instagram to get some students, to get my content out there to get some students like that. I was, actually here on Clapingo. I thought that, like when I talk to someone and I record this video and upload, but every time when I talk to, when just before the conversation, I could get, some sort of panic, knowing that I'm going to upload this video, getting so much panic, like that. Before the end of the conversation, I want to ask you one thing. So when I was a beginner, I had the problem. I didn't have the confidence to talk to people, even though I knew the basics. So now also a lot of students know about the basics, but they couldn't able to talk, the hesitation. So what would you suggest, like how to overcome the fear, the hesitation?
See, the fear is a state of mind. So this is something which is not available as a commodity to buy in the market. It is not that something that somebody can hand over. This is what I'm giving you. I'm giving you this magic pill. You have it, and your fear will be gone. And it is not that somebody who is facing these sort of fears or the apprehensions that they have, these are not new things to them. They all know it. You know what they are looking for? They are looking for one fit size answer, which is actually not there, Vishnu. But in other words, the confidence that as a teacher or a trainer that you can instill on them, that's what I do all in my humble attempts that I try to. But you need to make them believe in themselves
Mhm. Yeah.
because the confidence has touched rock bottom and need to encourage mistakes, not encourage mistakes in a way. I hope you understand. I mean,
Yes, yes, I got.
the idea is to harp fluency over accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are trying to more
Yes.
accurate,
So
yeah, it's
accuracy is all about the grammatical competence that I'm talking about.
yes.
So
Yeah.
maybe when somebody is getting started with this language, keep park that aside for a moment.
Yes.
If
Yes.
somebody is saying men sitting under the tree, accept, acknowledge, and applaud that they have been close, even if they have missed out on that auxiliary R.
Yes. Yes.
I hope it is making sense to you.
Yeah. It's really does make sense. Yeah.
So the idea is to encourage fluency over accuracy and then give them tasks initially which they can achieve. I'll tell you the psychology behind it. Moments you give somebody, regardless of the age, whether you are addressing a beginner, a child, adult, everybody loves to achieve and they feel great when they achieve something. So if you give them tasks which are easy to achieve, so they will feel more connected to the language.
Yeah. It's
And then the fear and the hesitation, they'll start dwindling down.
yeah. It's yeah. I really didn't know that. It's like a yeah. So that's the reason. Like yeah. Yeah, that's you worked. I mean, you've been working for like a 10 years. So that's the reason I just, fascinated about the experience. I don't know. When I seeing your profile, I just go to like something really relatable. You did something, you started something new, and you've been through working to achieve that. So
Hmm.
that's the thing, fascinated. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for being generous, brother. So
Yes.
that's how I feel. That is the way you can bring them slowly.
Yeah. So how many minutes do we have?
Ideally, we have 1 more minute.
Yeah, okay. So, the last two conversation, I just had to finish without any proper goodbye. The last two ones, so I have to say proper goodbye to you because yeah, and I'm really looking forward the next conversation with you. I'm really yeah,
Thank
it's
you very
I'm
much.
really
I think
sure.
I think one of the things which I really liked about you is the way you connect, the way you bridge into the conversations, the choice of words that you use. I would rather label you as a reasonably good speaker.
It's
The
oh my God, it's true.
the reason I'm saying that because we all have room for improvement. That, and I'm also into that. The only thing that perhaps you could start looking at is your mother tongue influence,
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes,
because you are from Kerala, and then the kind of the way your tongue has been conditioned from the people that you have learned or you have been coached. So I do not attribute to
yeah,
you only, I attribute to them also.
yes, yes, yes.
Having said that, this is something that you can start working on it. When I say this, I don't expect you to speak like an American or a Britisher. I I expect you to speak in a neutral accent.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I've been following British English for the last 10 months something, and I'm still working on that. Yeah. Like get a standard, not the exact accent, like the standard neutral accent. I mean, the way I speak.
Everything that comes out, whatever that you say out of your mouth, that has to be distinctly clear. It is clear, but
Mhm.
sometimes there is a shadow of your mother tongue.
Yes. Yeah, I think it comes from the thing I told you, the lack of confidence. Sometimes that, yeah, that the problem, the main a reason I struggle sometimes to frame the word, to speak it out properly. Yeah, that's the issue.
No worries, brother. You're doing pretty well. Continue to do well.
It's really valuable, and I'm just grateful that to have suggestions and get things from you. Yeah, it's really great.
Thank you so much. And I hope I was useful.
Yes, sir, that's sure. Yeah, that's really. It's
So God bless Vishnu. Take care of yourself until
yeah.
again.
Yeah, we'll see in another session, sir. Yeah. Okay, have a good night, sir. Yeah.
Good luck. Bye bye.
Yes, bye-bye.